right now. If you need to share this, if you're watching this on social and you can share this, this is something that you're going to want to share, because we are doing something and we're going to launch something today that I am thrilled, because it's not only going to be life changing for people that can incentivize them to do and accomplish what our mission is all about here at Galvan, but it's setting the stage for so many more things to come right along these lines. And I'm super excited about it. So as we go through things today, I want you to be thinking about this moment right now, because great things are happening this year in this space, in blockchain, with crypto, with Galvan, that I think we're going to look back in 6 months, 12 months, 24 months, and we're going to say, do you remember when? And this is going to be a time frame, I believe, that is going to change things for so many people. So I know those are some big words, but hopefully you can tell I am excited about what's going on. And so let's get into this call today. It's always great to be able to hear from one of our fearless leaders here, Dr. Sharp, and we're thankful for Adam and all he's doing to educate, to train, and to put Galvan where it needs to be. And so let's turn some time over to my friend, Dr. Sharp. Take it away.
Well, thank you, Byron. It is great, as always, to be with you. I'm actually really excited about today, too, and I hope that this is something that resonates with everyone. I hope you'll stick with me. I'm going to start with some neuroanatomy and physiology a little bit, talk a little bit about gyms and, why people, what the data is about how we use them, and then talk a little bit about this new Galvan digital gym membership that we think is going to be one of the tools that will continue to add hope and motivation to help people be their best self. So you've heard grit. In fact, Robert, our beloved product leader, was asking me today if I was going to share anything from Clint Eastwood, but no, I am not. I'm not sharing any Clint Eastwood quotes, but we could find some. But we're going to talk a little bit about grit and why it matters, and how it's relevant, both from a science and from a very pragmatic day-to-day. I found this quote, Marianne Radmacher, I believe you say it. I love this. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is the quiet voice at the end of the day saying, I will try again tomorrow. I think this is a really amazing summary of what grit is. It's persistence when things don't turn out as intended. And it's something that really is a quality of each of you and all the great people that do great things throughout history. So we're going to start with a little bit of neuroanatomy. The anterior, you may know, anterior is in the front, mid in the middle, cingulate cortex, the anterior mid-cingulate cortex. This may be something that you didn't hear of. I actually did not learn about the function of the anterior mid-cingulate cortex when I was in medical school, but it's a really important component of our neuroanatomy and who we are. As you can read here, the AMCC, as it's easier to say, is both a functional and anatomic region of our brain, and it plays a central role in motivation, effort-based decision-making, we'll talk a little bit about that, emotional regulation, and goal-directed behavior. So these are all things that are, really core to what Galvan is and to what each of you that are Galvanators, what we're trying to do and all the different roles that we play in our life. So just to get into it a little bit, there's a picture on the right here. That kind of yellow portion is that anterior mid-cingulate cortex, and the completeness part of that is really the entire cingulate cortex. But the AMCC, this is interesting. This is activated when a person anticipates, even before it happens, or when they're experiencing physical or emotional effort. So all of us have thought about something that we knew was going to be difficult, and we have to make that decision. And that is part of this part of our brain. This is where we do it. And when we do make those hard decisions, and when we do the hard thing, this part of the brain grows and it expands. It helps us to detect conflict. Now, we know this conflict. This sounds kind of fancy, conflict between competing actions in our brain, but there's always an easier path. The easy path is always available to us. And so this part of our brain allows us to choose with purpose what we're willing to sacrifice and work for. There are studies that link this part of the brain to, again, our volitional behavior. This is our will to act, and especially when it's something that is more difficult to do than the usual roles that we play. This is what helps us also to persist when we're tired. I had a great basketball coach. Many of you may know him, Rick Majerus, and he would say, it was an interesting quote. He'd say, "Fatigue makes cowards of us all." And I think there's some truth in that. It is hard when you are tired to continue to be your best self. And really, when we are able to overcome that as this part of our brain, it's what helps us to be who we hope to be. And it helps in adaptive decision making. So this is also another component, is when we're uncertain or the stakes are really high and we don't know exactly what's going to happen and we have to choose between difficult choices. This is the part of our brain that helps us to make the best decision, that helps to lead to hopefully our core values and really what we want to be. So in summary here, this part of our brain, it helps us to do the hard things that help us get to where we want to go and become who we want to be. So you guys have heard me talk a lot about the importance of exercise, and not just doing it once really hard, but it's actually persistence. If you have been persistent in exercising, you know exactly what this part of our brain does. It's when you're tired and you don't want to do it. It's when you're still sore from the day before. It's when you were up late, or there's 8 million different excuses. And so this is a key component that we want to help people to activate this portion of our brain in order to do the hard things that actually lead to our best self. And so I'm going to give you a few stats. This is what the normal people that we can relate to, this is what we know about gym memberships. Okay. So I'm going to walk you through, hopefully this is going to link together here. Here's some stats about gyms. We know, we've talked a lot about this, that, you should have at least 150 minutes worth of exercise each week, every day. If you were able to do this every day, a little bit of movement, that's great. Well, you would think if you're paying for a gym membership that you would go at least 3 times a week. That's what you would need, at least that amount, in order to get the real benefit. Well, less than 1 in 5, 18 to 25% of people actually use their gym membership that frequently. We also know, everyone's heard of the January effect. Everybody has, great year end or year start goals. And so usually it's high in January and it drops off actually within 90 days before people have created the habit and the systems that we've talked about before in order to do this. And this is also interesting. 63% of gym members say they don't get their money's worth. Well, that's unfortunate. And so we at Galvan, we want to provide you with the tools, and we want to provide you with the incentives that you need to activate that portion of your brain that helps us to have grit, that helps us to get through that first 90 days and then keep going, so that we can actually get what is worth it in the end. So we're going to talk a little bit about essentially this is behavioral psychology. This is the science about what things we can do that we know help us to actually overcome what most people are not able to overcome, that gets us to those stats where only 18% of people are actually using their gym membership as they should. So commitment tools. We know that things that we have done some action to commit to something, it is more likely to happen. And so we're going to talk a little bit about certainly how G+ and how this new digital gym membership will help us. Immediate rewards versus delayed benefits. Everybody, I think, knows that in the future, a year from now or 10 years from now, I may benefit from exercise. Sometimes that delayed benefit is not quite sufficient in order to help us get up and go do something today. Social accountability. We have, this is where when you get into your G+ app, and Robert has showed us many times, you can go see that we're part of a community. You can hold yourself accountable, that you can look at your friends, that you can see where you are and see if you're using this. Gamification and streaks. Robert's always talking to me about the importance of streaks. We like to keep streaks. And if we hold true to those, that grows that portion of our brain and helps us to do hard things easier in the future. Goal setting and progress tracking, that's what G+ is all about. And very specific to us. We will reward you with eyes, a very beneficial reward, and loss aversion. So as we share, and Byron's going to share more details about this new digital gym membership, you purchase this digital membership and have the ability to not only earn back the money you purchased it for, but actually supplement or maybe cover your entire gym membership. That loss aversion, we know, is part of scientific benefit to help us maintain and have the grit that we need in order to improve each day. So in summary, we want to activate your AMCC. That gets us the grit that we need, and grit leads to success. It's maybe the most predictive of any of the attributes that we could have. And we need a gym, but what we know is 80% of us are not using the gym as we should. So we need extra tools, and the digital gym membership may be exactly what you need or what the community needs in order to actually use it to its true benefit. So G Plus and Galvan will keep working to give you the tools so that you can own your health, so that you know, as we keep saying every day, that it is your decisions, you're the master of your fate, and we are all here to galvanize the world to heal humanity. So we're super excited to release this to everybody so that anyone that has a gym membership can be more motivated, activate that portion of the brain to help you to go and use your gym membership as it's intended and get your money's worth and more. So with that, I am going to turn it back over to Byron, I believe.
Thank you for sharing that powerful information. I love what we get out of these calls every single week. Now, let's get into this. We're going to jump right into what we're launching. I want every one of you to understand it a little bit better because it's going to come from us. We're going to be the ones that go out there and share this. And at Galvan, we're here to decentralize healthcare. We're here to help heal humanity. We're here to reward for healthy actions. And so what I love about Galvan is we really can be the global health and wellness reward program. That's what this is all about, rewarding people for going out there and taking care of themselves, incentivizing the right activity. And so I'm excited to launch, as we do this together, these action memberships where we can expand upon that mission. So as we look at different things that we know we need to do, we know we need to exercise. That's one of the reasons why we get rewarded in the G Plus app. But we're going to expand upon that. Exercise is so important for so many reasons, whether it's just maintaining good health, helping to minimize the risk of chronic disease, or just a mood, anxiety, depression, mental health and wellness, we know is positively affected when we get out and exercise. And it's just something that everybody needs to participate in and just make part of their routine. Now, people have great intentions, but it doesn't mean we always accomplish that. And if we look, we can see that even exercise.com says that 67% of gym memberships go completely unused. Now, they have the right desire. They went out there and bought a membership for a purpose. I believe that they just need a little bit more incentive. They just need a little bit more reward. And that's why we're excited to announce and launch these digital gym memberships. And these go live today. And what are these? We're going to break this down real quick. Now, there's 3 different levels, so people can come in and do whatever makes the most sense for them. But we have one that you can start, and this is the common membership, for $150. The term is 12 months, as it is for all of these. And you have to go out there and do actions. So the proof of action here is you need to validate and prove that you have an active gym membership. I don't care where it's from. If you already have one, great. If you've been wanting to go get one, this is another reason why you can, because this is something that can help subsidize that. So as you go out there and do these things, in this scenario, you need to have 8 monthly workouts. Okay. So as you go out there, prove that you have a valid gym membership somewhere, and that you 8 times a month, you're there doing a workout, whether that's taking a picture of your feet, validating, taking a picture of you in front of the gym, or anything like that. We just want some proof that you're there doing that. And we're going to explain how you do that here in just a minute. And then we're going to reward you. We're going to reward you every single month that you do that with $30 worth of eyes reward tokens. Now, whatever the value of eyes are at that moment, that month, you are going to get $30 worth. And so the total value of this is 360 eyes tokens. So somebody comes in with $150 and they have a chance to earn $360 worth of eyes tokens. That's powerful for doing something that they had every intention of doing if they already had a gym membership or they want to do. Now we can encourage them to go out there and reward them even more for going and doing those actions. Now, the next one is kind of the epic. This digital membership is a little bit more. It's $250, still a 12-month term. Got to go out there and have the same proof of actions, but now you're going 12 times out of a month. Okay. That you're going and doing these workouts. In this scenario, you can earn 60 eyes tokens on a monthly basis for a total of 720 eyes. If you did this every single month and you went out there and you earned those $60 worth of eyes tokens, you came in with $250 and you've earned $720 worth of eyes tokens. Now that's powerful. But look at this next one. So this is the legendary digital gym membership. Now this is a $500 price point, 12 months as well, but you're going to go 15 times a month and receive for doing that 167 eyes on a monthly basis for a total of 2,000 eyes tokens. We're going out there and doing it. So not only can you see that the value that you get in return not only covers the value or the price of this membership to begin with, but it can either cover or reduce or subsidize the membership cost, your physical gym that you're paying a membership fee to on a monthly basis. It can cover that as well. So that's the beauty of this. So with these 3 different memberships, you can see whether you spend $150 and have a chance to earn up to 360, you more than double, what it costs to join the digital membership in rewards. Now, if you come in with the bigger, and now you're going to go epic, it's $250, but now you can have the chance to earn almost 3 times, not 2 times, but 3 times the eyes rewards for going out there and doing these actions. But if you come in with the legendary, it's $500, but you have a chance to go out there and earn 4 times, not 2 times, not 3, 4 times the eyes reward tokens. We're going and doing those actions that most likely people want to be doing anyway. Now we're just giving them that extra incentive, the extra encouragement to go out there and earn these tokens and reward yourself for doing it and incentivizing that. Now, if you look at this, you're probably going to say, how is Galvan able to do that? How can somebody spend $500 and have a chance to earn $2,000 worth of eyes tokens over 12 months? Well, let me tell you this is not something we can do forever. So we have a limited supply on each of these memberships. So this is something that you want to get now. This is something that you want people that you care about to grab, because we can't do this forever. We can't swap 500 for 2,000 and continually do this, but we're doing this right now. As we're launching this, we want to give people that incentive. We want people to understand what this is all about, and that as they go out there and invest into themselves and into their health and into their future, there's already rewards, right? Just the healthy rewards, but we're going to give you these eyes token rewards for going out there and doing that. And what can you do with them? You can buy products in the collective. You can use them for other things. You can trade them. You can cash them out. There's so many things you can hold on to them as we continue to grow this community. It's powerful. So go out, be some of the first that are the ones making history as this first batch of these digital gym memberships go to the globe. You get to be the first to try them, but you get to be the first to share them as well. And pretty exciting, right? And as we go out there and share and do these different things, there's always aspects of this that you want to know. What do you do next? Well, we're going to turn some time over to Casey to be able to share a little bit about how do you validate that you have an active gym membership? How do you validate that you did your workouts? Casey, take it away, my friend.
Okay, perfect. So you kind of heard the program overview from Byron. All of this is, we're planning to get this live in the shopping cart and get the program going this week. So keep an eye on your email. We'll be sending out some announcements about it. In order to submit your proof, let me add this on here. We've got this form. It's going to have links to the full FAQ that will answer all the questions about it. Again, if you have any other questions, you can always submit a ticket to our support team. But this is the page that you're going to go to each week, and a Galvan account and a wallet are required. Anytime you're filling out this form, you want to make sure that you're using your Galvan account so that we can link it to the correct wallet. And if you don't have a wallet, we have nowhere to send those eyes rewards. So make sure you have that set up. There's links here for instructions of how to do both of those. So like he said, for the common, the epic, and the legendary, you have to submit your proof of gym attendance. And so for common, you need to do it 8 times per month. And for epic is 12 and legendary is 15. They do need to be submitted on separate days. If you submit all 8 of yours on one day, it's only going to count as one submission. So this is something you've got to keep on top of. Make sure that you're not getting behind in submitting your proof. But right here, you're just going to fill in your Galvan email. So I'll put in that, and then we're going to upload our photo here. I'm going to use a Galvan photo, and you're just going to click submit. That's it. Everything's been submitted here. You can contact our support team if you have any questions. For the full details, you can click right here. And this is going to take you to an FAQ that answers all the questions about everything. How do you submit your proof? How will you get rewarded? How many times do you have to do it? Everything's on here. If you have any other questions, just hit this submit a request button and you can reach out to our team. The other thing that you do need to complete, you either need to complete this once per month or once per year, depending on your membership type, is if you have a monthly gym membership, you just need to upload proof of that. If you have annual, you have to upload that as well. If it's monthly, you do have to do that. The membership will expire 30 days after you submit that based on our tracking. So each month you would have to resubmit and just show that you have that proof. Again, any questions, submit that over to our support team. We're happy to answer anything. There's lots of information on this. If you just go to the support page and if you search for digital gym membership, it's going to pop up right there. What do I receive with the digital gym membership? So review all of this. Any unanswered questions, feel free to reach out to our team. Then just, again, make sure you're staying on top of that and we'll get everything rewarded. The payouts will happen once per month. We will pay the first Friday of the following month. So everything for August would be paid out the first Friday in September. Everything for September is paid out in October. That way we can track everything and compile everything for you. If you do more than the required amount, go for it. I would love to see everybody submitting that they're going to the gym 25 times a month. That would be great. So I will turn it back over to Byron. We have some drawings to do for the swaps from last week and for this week. So.
Thank you, Casey. As you can see, there's just a couple of simple steps you need to do on a monthly basis to go and validate the action so you can get your rewards. And that's what this digital gym membership is all about. Our goal is to go out there and change the world one person at a time, because every single person matters, starting with ourselves. We lead by example, right? And how is that not something to be excited about? How is that not noble? To go out there and leave people that we come in contact with better than how we found them, in a better situation. That's what Galvan's mission is. That's what I know us as a community, we're out there doing. And we want to reward those great things that people are doing for themselves. That's what this is all about. Now, we also are going to reward for something else before we wrap up. As you know, we put in a raffle for those people that go and swap, whether it's Ethereum, USDT, USDC, and they swap for eyes. Now you take that transaction hash and enter that in for a chance to have it doubled. Now we're going to have 2 winners this week since we haven't done this for the last 2 weeks. So we're going to have 2 winners, and I'm going to say who they are and then turn it over to Casey to announce the winners, and then we'll be done. And we can go out there and start sharing this with the world. So let's see who our first winner is. Congratulations, number 24. You just won whatever you swapped. It has been doubled for you. And Casey's going to let you know who that is, and we're going to get that out to you here shortly. And let's see who our second winner is. Number 10. Number 10, you're another lucky winner. So thank you all for tuning in. We wish you all the best. And let's go out there and make a difference. I'm going to turn the time over to Case now to tell us the winners, and we'll see you.
Okay, so our winner for last week is Diana T. And then our winner for this week is Evelyn G. So I will send out those tokens and some emails with all of that. And you guys will see those rewards in your wallet today. So congrats to the winners. And I believe that is it for us today. So we will see you guys next week, and keep an eye on your emails for some announcements, and we'll send everything out, and you can get those gym memberships later this week. Have a good one.
With every breath, I promise to rise. Together we chase the limitless skies. Galvanize the world, feel the mud of my life. Every healthy choice, it feels so right. Data in our hands, we hold the key. A future built on trust and integrity. Galvanize the world, feel the light. With every healthy choice, it feels so right. Data in our hands, we hold the key. A future built on trust and integrity.